Lane, I found one for you. Leon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Oh
that?
my.
There's two characters that really just like each other, love each other a lot.
We have so many diverse characters in the third one.
I love it when they do scenes together.
Really a fun scene to shoot and a fun scene to act in.
This is the project I wanted to make all along.
This is something I've never seen before.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, I hate this.
We can do fun.
Who the hell knows what's out there?
What'd you say? Are you gonna lead us?
31.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get that?
I'm Green, and welcome to our next edition of Friday with Fitz. And I happen to be Fitz, and we're talking everything that's 31. Today's guests are Lane Farley, who plays the character of Mason, and Hunter Jarman plays the character of Chris, along with Allison Robertson and Sharif Azak. Welcome, everybody.
Dude, look at that spiky hair. It's defying gravity, man. Sharif, are you going to be eating throughout this whole show?
It's like a movie.
We're going to start with our current climate that's happening in the world. I wanted to ask Allie specifically, when coming up with characters, is it a need to be diverse or something that organically happens that we have so many diverse characters in the 31?
Yeah, diversity is always in the back of our heads, and we want to show a cast of all different backgrounds, traits, abilities, sizes, etc., ages. But it kind of happens organically where people are interested or who can contribute something from their own lives and want to be a part of the production are welcome to come on. And it just so happens that a diverse group of people are interested in the production. It seems like the apocalyptic genre and hanging out in the woods and building a fort and camping out all day appeals to many different types of people.
Excellent. Guys, one of the things that I find very interesting is how you guys came up with this idea of the 31. Let's talk more about that moment when you got Lane's Jeep and this idea popped in your head.
Well, Sharif contacted both of us, and he was just like, I got a new idea. Fear to be Brave's wrapping up and stuff like that. And he just asked if we were going to be on board. He gave us this basic idea, and then we were like, I don't know. We gave our input on some stuff, and he was like, oh, yeah, I like that.
It's 31 people in the woods. He wants to keep it post-apocalyptic, and I'm like, man, that'd be great.
He was like, let's go chill in your Jeep for a little bit and just think of some stuff. And then we just sat there and laid everything out, and then next thing you know, a show was made.
Yeah, we basically came up with a whole story for the first season in Lane's Jeep for, 2.5 hours.
Well, that's awesome because it was either later that evening or the next day I see Sharif and he goes, dude, I've got to tell you what we're doing next. And I'm like, what are we doing next? This is the project I wanted to make all along. And the look on his face was like a little kid. And I'm like, what? So am I in it? He goes, yes. What's your name? And I'm like, Fitz. The guy named me Fitz. Now I'm Fitz. It's quite interesting that he knows Hunter as Chris and Lane as Mason. He doesn't remember their real names. That's how invested he is in these characters. That's how invested he is in all characters. Your name changed per project. How did you find your way down to the North Carolina woods to work with this band of merry men and women? By the way, it's in Ohio, the great state. The Ohio.
There you go.
How did you find it?
I think it was on some casting app or whatever, and they had a role for Fear to be Brave. It was a Miller character. I went down there and auditioned, and I got the part. Sharif was amazing and gave me roles and everything. So I stuck with him, and hey, all this have come out of it, and we became a tight-knit family and everything.
Right on. And you've done a great job with Mason, by the way.
Yeah, I can't find anybody else that would play Mason at all.
Man, no one plays an asshole like you, man. You played the best. Oh, we can just bleep that out.
No point in bleeping that.
Chris cussed. Kick him out of the show.
You told the truth on that one. I wanted to ask you, what is one of your favorite characters within the 31 other than Mason?
Ian, because he's like the boss man and stuff like that, and he gets all the chicks, so obviously. And I like Kane.
Hey.
It's that bad guy. Yeah, but those two are my favorite.
Those are your two favorite. And Hunter,
Yeah.
what about?
Oh man. Yeah, I would probably have to say Ian.
Oh gosh, I hate Ian.
No, man. It's seriously. It's just how the character's written. He's an idealist. He wanted to leave where he was and have his own life. And the troubles of having a group of people work together and being a leader. I mean, it's tough. In the future, this isn't spoiling anything. The character becomes more and more complex, just as all the characters, I feel like, in a way, shape, or form, progress.
Yes, that is true. Almost as complex as that wardrobe of yours hanging behind your head.
Oh, you mean these? You mean these?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yes, this is so last season. I'm sorry I had to put this on the air. Dang it.
That's lovely.
Lovely plaid. Lovely plaid.
Rock for me. I think I like it. Well, we're going to take a second and take a look at a clip of Ian, since he's such a popular character. And we're going to come back and post the same questions for Ali and Sharif.
Hey, Todd. Can I speak to you for a second?
What the hell you want, Ian?
Go ahead, you can take a shot. I won't move.
Say what?
Guys, can we just take a moment and talk about Ian, who is the Mac Daddy of all Mac Daddies? The ladies be running to his tent. Running in, out of that tent. And that tent be rocking. What can you tell us about all that rocking?
So it's not yet set that we haven't seen the new the flashbacks, which is set for season 3. I think now that everybody that comes out of the bunker, there's no more rules, so you can pretty much do whatever. And I think he takes advantage of that, and then also being a leader. So it's like whatever he can get, and his sister doesn't agree and stuff. I guess it's like one of those things. I guess it's one of those things. Whoever's the leader, girls or whoever, they want to be close to that leadership, or get in good with the leader, they'll get extra privileges or something like that. Maybe it's just some kind of turn on or something.
And Hunter, in the love life of Chris.
He does have a love interest. Her name is Lauren, who we're introduced to in the first episode. The two on screen are a very sweet little couple. From what we see in the episodes, they get along very well. All around, from what you see, they're just a pretty good couple. They're not a wild bunch. I mean, yeah, they're just two characters that really just like each other, love each other a lot.
Well, that is wonderful. We've got 31. So let's take a second, take a look at another clip, and we'll be right back with more of the 31.
Come on, are you coming back to the 10? I mean, we had a lot of fun last time. Oh. Gotcha.
I really want to do this again.
I like your girlfriend, Ian.
My friend, what's
Yes.
one of your favorite characters in the 31 other than Ian?
Well, I can definitely tell you Ian's not my favorite character. um, all the characters are like very different. Like you have different personalities. You have like different character that's going through something differently and stuff. And I don't know. It's hard to say, but just like when Chris and Mason are together, it's just I can't like I love it when they do scenes together. Like when it's Chris Mason, like I know it's going to be good. Like I mean, and I'm not saying because they said Ian, but even Ask Allie, like I can't wait to have film Mason today, or I can't wait to film Chris. Yeah, I would love for Chris Mason. Like I have to get those shots and stuff, and I can take Ian out of the whole thing, and I'm fine with that, and just watch Chris Mason go through an adventure or something. Like I am like dead serious. Like Ask Allie. That's what I was like. Oh man, Mason's got a scene today, and Chris got a scene today. Like I want to see this so bad. It's always like that.
Good answer.
We appreciate that.
What about you?
So far, my favorite character is Fitz. And probably because I've seen him beyond what we've seen so far and kind of help create his story. If it's probably just you, Dion, just that makes it. Like you made it your own from the beginning, but being able to develop Fitz's storyline has been so much fun. Of course, Mason and Chris, gotta love them. Yeah, Ian, I'm with Serena. I'm on Serena's side.
Yeah. Well, for me, because there are so many characters, it changes from episode, well, not even episode to episode, scene. There are things that I have written that were great when they were on the page, but once they started flowing out of their mouths, it was like, what? Sydney's character, Paige, she's had a couple of scenes that I'm like, whoa, this character is really growing. Luna as well. I'm just a fan of strong female characters, number one. Then my favorite character, not because you said Fitz, but it's Allison's character that has not been introduced yet.
Really?
But is awesome. Oh my God. She is awesome. Like, she's crazy. Not just crazy. She is freaking nuts bags, man. Some of the things that she does is really impressive. So, Allison, great job on developing Nick Tay. Another character that I like is Kane.
Oh, yeah.
First scene that you guys filmed of him, and I was standing there. I was running boom, sitting there, and I'm like, I hate that guy. I hate that mofo. He does a great job of creating this bad guy character. I cannot wait until he is introduced in coming episodes. So great job, guys. Hunter, what was one of your favorite scenes that you had the pleasure of working on?
I don't want to give too much away just in case people haven't seen it. A certain character comes back to the fort. That character is, in a disarray, and he's, in a panic, and he's come back to the fort somehow. But yeah, that was my favorite scene to act in and my favorite scene to direct because it was such a complicated shot. When the person was coming back into the tent, the camera had to be set up at one of the forest entrances. Then I had to zoom in. Then I had to whip back around and see that person leaving. It's really, it was really a fun scene to shoot and a fun scene to act in.
If you tune in the first episode, I've seen it. I'm getting in a fight with this character. His name's Todd. And we get into it. Other kid comes at me, and then we get into a fight and stuff like that. So that was my favorite.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then
it was.
All heck broke loose and everything like that. It was just an all downright good scene.
Ooh, I want to be Switzerland here, but I was glad to see you whip his ass, by the way.
And for those of you who don't know, me, Sharif, and Lane, we take turns directing, which is why on the credits it will say co-directors. And it gets really tough when all of us are in front of the camera.
You don't.
I'll tell you that much.
One of the takeaways that I want people to think of when they leave this 31 tribe is one that we already touched on, the diversity of the tribe. I would like more filmmakers to not take the risk, but be creative and write amazing characters with amazing storylines that anyone can play. Anyone Fitz. Anyone can play Ian. Anyone can play Mukte, Chris, or Mason. Even a woman could take over the role of any one of these characters. And I feel when you leave watching, you could see you're portraying any of these characters. That, to me, was my biggest.
A big takeaway for me is being able to relate to many of these characters. Hopefully it's a show everyone finds a person in there to follow and say, yeah, that's my character I want to watch.
I hope this show, in a weird way, I hope it brings people, together. Because like you said, there's anyone can play anyone, really. The roles could be, gender swapped if they really could, like you said. But ultimately, I hope people get involved in the story and just seeing these people survive together through this post-apocalyptic world, even though it's, it takes place in this alternate, world. I feel like it's just relevant to today. I just hope it brings people together.
When it comes down to it, we're just talking about basic human behavior, what type of humans we would become after 25 years. What type of people are we going to be? Will we use kindness, or is it simply about kill or kill? I think that's all relevant at this particular time. And for you, Sharif?
I would just say it would be hard to go be in a post-apocalyptic world with your mom or your brother, your sister and stuff. If you can just have to take care of yourself, but you have to it'll just be so different. It would definitely be very, 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 very hard.
That reminds me of Trevor and Nate, who are also a couple of my favorite characters who deal with the brothers taking care of each other in apocalypse. It's really sweet. That really a lot of, besides Ian and Serena, and then Mason and Chris are kind of like feuding brothers. And then we have Leah, which is an oddball little sister. Everyone is loves to pick on.
Luna and Paige, a mother-daughter scenario where the daughters' behaviors are beginning to mimic the mothers, even though they are not mother and daughter by any sense of the word. It's an adopted mother and daughter. But I like that small element there where you see that Paige is very much like Luna in her mannerisms. I like that. Very cool. And for you, Lane?
Well, I want everybody to walk away with them thinking this is something I've never seen before. With all the characters, like you guys have said, just the downright storyline that I've never seen something like this. That's a really great mind. Whoever came up with this, it's pretty awesome and stuff like that.
Well, we're going to pause right there on the really awesome. Allie,
yeah.
What another element of independent filmmaking that you can highlight for us with a shoestring budget, but a ton of willing people that are wanting to make this?
Big highlight for me for independent filmmaking is being able to hold the camera and work with such a tight-knit group and be totally in it. We're all in it together. We're in it for the art, to just see and create this awesome production. And everyone is working together, and I really like that.
And I just really love the unexpected things that occur, with me now and my Alabama woods setup that I have. Hear the birds chirping and the squirrels arguing, and you never know what's going to happen, but it seems to create this organic chemistry between not only characters but with nature. Whether you love it or you hate it, it seems to bring out more out of the actors. Do you find that as well?
Nature is very cathartic and therapeutic, and people love to sweat and get dirty for some reason. I mean, I love to. I love to roll around in the dirt, and you'll see me roll around in the dirt. And you're just out sweating and working all day, and I love it.
Would love to know how you are able to keep all of us guys in control, because we easily spiral out of control.
I gotta say, you guys are some of the best guys I work with. It's Sharif that's hard to keep under control if I don't feed him. But
Sharif.
no, all of y'all are so hardworking, but when there's so many people on set, to get everyone's attention, all you gotta do is say rolling, and everyone shuts up and gets ready to be on camera. Everyone wants to be filmed, so as soon as you say the camera's rolling, everyone's quiet. But
Yes,
y'all but yeah, y'all are the hardest working guys and want to make good quality stuff. And I really don't have to do much but hold the camera, or if I need a reflector hold, I'd be like, Lane, hold the reflector. It's like, yes. Yes, master. Hunter, hold the tripod. Yes, master. Like, Dion, hold the boom. Yes, sir. Yes, boss lady.
Gotcha, lady. I love that boom. We have amazing characters coming up, storylines that haven't even been introduced yet. I want to give spoilers. I'm giving you some spoilers anyway. Nukte is gonna wreck some stuff, let me tell you. And when Kane comes in, oh my, you guys are really, really going to be like, who is that guy? Yes, he's a badass. There's so many characters that you guys aren't gonna believe it. I'm even gonna throw out another name. I'm just gonna say Rock. Thank you for small package killer with a bow and arrow. We've got a little bit of everything, great news. Including Z with all of his samurai swords. In our indie film world, you guys are going to enjoy what is coming in the future. So, guys, until the next time, we'll bring you all things indie, all things the 31, all things North Carolina. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Lane, thank you. Hunter, thank you. Allie, Sharif, thank you, guys. We'll see you soon. Friday with Fitz. Have a great day, guys.